Okay, so we had a request for me to talk a little bit about turning with a 3-beat weave, which would be this. Which it's a nice question because it brings up a few fun things to talk about. First off, you need to be able to do the weave in two directions. So you need to be able to do the forward 3-beat weave, where your hands are crossing over each other, and you need to be able to do the backward 3-beat weave, where your hands are scooping under each other. Once you can do both of those smoothly, the first thing I would recommend, the way I often teach this, or encourage people to teach it to themselves, is to, on either side, see where your arms kind of open up into neutral. Like you want to give somebody a hug. You go, I love you. I love you. Kind of like that. So from the backwards weave, you can open to that position. And from the forwards weave, you can open in that position. So you'll find it. And so just do that a bit, seeing how much you can open up. So you open and you go back into it. And you open and you go back into it. And the thing is, from either side, it's actually exactly the same. So from here, I can go back into the backwards weave, back into the backwards weave, or over into the forwards weave. Right? So what I'd say is first from each weave, just get a feeling for this, of opening a bit into kind of that hug position. And then I'd recommend taking your paw a little bit short and just standing in that position like this and then trying either way. So your hands are going to go this way, and if you turn to the right, you go into the forwards weave and then just come back. Or you can start the same and turn to the left into the backwards weave. So play with that so you can do that either way. So you can turn, your left arm flips over the top to the forwards weave, or the right arm flips underneath to the backwards weave. And just keep doing that. Weave this way, weave this way, weave this way, weave this way. And no, or you can, hit yourself a little bit. Weave this way, 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 and there you go. Some other good things to learn. If you're in the forwards weave, you can count off the bottom. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Pass your left foot. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Basically, it's the third beat. 1, 2. You start turning it to follow it. 1, 2, 3. Until you're watching that third beat come up behind you. And eventually you turn all the way and that third beat crosses over. And this is where the next subject comes up of upbeats versus downbeats. Because I find when you're doing the backwards weave, it makes a lot more sense to count the beats off the top. So 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Because it's the third beat off the top that's going to go 1, 2, cross over. So off the bottom it's 1, 2, third one crosses. In the backward weave, it goes 1, 2, third one crosses. There's lots of ways you can play with that. If you have any trouble, you can just spin your left and let your right cross under it to cross through. So it crosses under, and the right one, because often people, when they first do this, they go like this, which is okay, but you kind of come out of the weave for a sec if you go like that. So people will go and then back into the weave. And that's fine, it's just a different turn. But if you want to do what most people would call turning in the 3-beat weave, you let the arm that crosses underneath cross to the far side of your body. So you start here. Again, it's just the idea of breaking it down and trying to force yourself to just learn the missing piece. Right? So you can even go like this. Let it hang. Right one crosses, and it crosses all the way to the far side. And then with it spinning, And force yourself to not do this, where the left one is leading. Force yourself to let the right one cross under and lead. And then coming back, same thing, where the left one is going to cross over all the way to the far side. And that should get you going. After the wall came down, Berlin for a while, there was sort of this vacuum of all these uninhabited buildings. And a lot of artists came from all over Europe and the world to some degree to fill that vacuum. So a lot of these old industrial compounds became squats and kind of art havens. So, and there's still that legacy, but a lot of the squats are gone now. But Berlin still has maybe more of that than most cities in the world. So it's been really fun to come and see just art everywhere and just that kind of, that feeling of a city that's really kind of saturated with artistic thought.